What up, gang? How you guys all doing tonight, man? Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? How's my audio? Is there any echo at all? Okay. So far, this is better than my hotel setup then. No echo. That's great. How's the music audio? Is the music audio okay? Apologies for all the questions, but I just wanted to make sure things are all good here. Can't hear music. Damn it. And here I thought I solved everything. All right, what up, guys? All right, Elevated Life, Kings of the West, Wisdom, Cortez, Broadcast, Jazza, Fast Life, TML, what's up, what's up? My man Ron, Tony, what's going on? Jack, Craig, hello again, good to see you, man. Mondib, Mooncatcher, Sam, what up, man? J7, I'd say my neighbor, but I'm not in Vancouver right now. I'm in Edmonton right now. Got a wedding to attend this week, so. Going through the chat, Mob X, Rav Boys, what up, Praj? What's up? Just no option. Is it just no options? Just no options. Yeah, what's up, man? Code Nerd, what up? Joe Priscilla. Joshua, what's on? What's going on, my Jack brother? If you want to take a short, but the trickle line was below nearby, would you still short? Just want to see how much the FF indicator is it helps acts as confluence, right? So it never will decide it. So if I still have all my system checklists together, I will still take the trade. Doing good, man. Doing good, dude. All right. Bear with me tonight, okay? If I'm a little slow on navigating things like the chat and stuff like that, it's just because it's not my comfortable home setup, so I'm making do with what I've got going on here. All right. So tonight, I'm actually going to be looking for more thumbs up than usual because the giveaway that I'm doing tonight is not just a regular one, guys. I am doing a 50K Lucid Pro account. So I think we can do this, to be honest, because we do this almost every night. So we're able to get to 400. Should be no problem, guys. Let's rock that tonight. NQ and GC chart review. I'll still say 10:20 p.m. PST, even though I'm not in PST time zone right now, but just for the sake of consistency, I'm going to say that. What up, Preppy? Doing good, Neva. Doing good. Money bag. What's up, man? Almond. Yeah. I've tried Mellow Donuts from Time Out Market. I've actually had Mellow from their original location, so they were by the time that I actually got to them that day, they were sold out. Yes, Zach, that inverse head and shoulder. I like the way the NQ tested the level at 469 and then locked in a higher low here at the 28,520. If you guys remember this, I can't remember how many streams back again, but that 28,520 was a very important spot that we were watching. You can see here clearly, even today's price action, it's still being respected fairly well. I'm not taking any trades right now, guys. I want to obviously let the gang roll in here. I also want to get into the chart review. So I'm going to go through all of that before I even think about taking a trade today. So just want to make sure y'all know that. Let's get those thumbs up racked up though, guys. Lucy, good to see ya. OCC, what up, what up? Hey, shout out to Tony Gold 410 in the chat. Qualified for a payout today. Nice work, man. Nice work. Glad you're able to do something nice for your girl too, man. That's awesome. Or I should say your little girl, to be more specific, because it sounds like I'm saying it's your partner. Chris Chow, what up, man? Kaplov. I took some trades earlier today. I was a little ballsy. I actually took a trade, small size though, just cause I took a small size trade when I was on my plane ride here to Edmonton. So yeah, new camera angle, man. It's my travel setup right now. Have you ever had a losing day that made you sick to the stomach? Absolutely, Buggy. Absolutely. I mean, I think it's a rite of passage. I think it's a rite of passage to get to to where I am now, man. I mean, I've been doing this for 6 years, right? So I've done it before. I've done stupid stuff in the past to the point where you're kind of like, did I really just lose my paycheck in a trade? Did I really just do that? We go through that, guys. We go through that. I think that's part of the process, man. Part of the process. Did I catch the shorts? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I was watching a key 707 spot that I've been talking about actually, also over the course of the stream. So I shorted that. Zach, the Sharingan tonight is actually Uchiha Madara's eternal Mangaku Sharingan. 1K from passing your eval. Nice, man. Yeah, I know. The small laptop, man. I'm having to like stare into my screen here just because like the font here. Actually, it's kind of hard because you probably don't really see my setup right now. But my only chart right now is actually on this like it's the living room TV in the Airbnb I'm at right now. It's like literally to my left here, and then my laptop screen that I'm staring dead straight at is the OBS. It's the OBS thing. It's just to make sure that things are being functioning properly. So phenoms, 100%, dude. Yeah, Buggy. Mind you, I guess I should probably be clear too, right? I mean, like when I say I lost the whole paycheck, I make way more now than I did before. And when I say that, I mean like my profession, not my trading. Um, yeah, like, and I'm not talking about a monthly paycheck too. I'm talking about like you get paid twice a month type of deal. Yeah, man, I've lost like my I can't remember what it was. I don't remember. I'd have to look back, but it was an options trade. I remember that I would not accept the loss. I was in a position. I think it was like trading NVDA or Meta, and I just was not accepting the fact that I was wrong, and I just kept dollar cost averaging into the position. And next thing you know it, my zero DTE was basically worth nothing by the end of the day. And that was like a $3,500 position. So it was heart wrenching, but it's one that teaches a lot of lessons, right? And I think that what's important for us is if as long as we learn from it, build guardrails around it, do something different about it, then I think it's you take it as a lesson, right? It's when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and you're not learning from it, that's when it's kind of like, well, I'm sorry, but I can't really have a lot of pity for a guy who's not like, working on that. Hence my comment about Iron Man the other day when I can't remember who it was that asked me which Avenger I'd choose to be, and I said Iron Man because Iron Man learns from every battle. I know MPC. I'm not live for the New York session, man. I'm Jake Ricci does the New York session. I'm the pre-London host, man. I'm the pre-London host. Hey, OP entry, man. What's going on, bud? I'll go through the chart review in a bit, guys. Just kind of hanging here, chatting with the gang as you guys are kind of rolling in here. Um, We're at the 200 EMA on the 2-minute time frame here. You can see here we're putting in about a 2-minute failure here. I'm not saying that we're going to immediately like melt here or anything like that, but generally I like these kinds of plays where we come back and we retrace into the 200 EMA. I usually like to get some sort of action from that, whether that's like a short play or like a long play, depending on where the chart direction is. I like to take those kinds of setups usually, but nice, super broadcast. Nice work, man. Oh, copacetic. No, someone asked me earlier, had I ever lost it was Buggy. He asked me if I had ever lost so much money that I felt like puking. And I was just telling a story about like, it was years ago. I'm pretty sure it was like 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago where I didn't accept the loss. You know, I didn't want to accept that I was wrong. And I kept dollar cost averaging it. It was an options position that was a 0 date expiration. And yeah, long story short, I lost the whole position. So that was a $3,500 loss for me in one trade. I've heard that in this field, it's hard for smart people to make money in this field because, for example, they think too much. Do you agree with the statement? Well, I think there's two parts to your comment there, Patrick, about smart people. I think there are smart people who are arrogant and stubborn, and those are the individuals who can't set their ego aside, and those are the ones who get their ass handed to them. I think there's smart people out there who have paralysis by analysis, and that also kind of stumps them. So I don't know if like a blanket statement is ever a good way to canvas a point, but yeah, I think those 2 points specifically, I would touch on those. GT Trades, man, I appreciate you, man. Nominums, always good to see you, man. You want a 200-point swing down? Damn, Noah. Good luck with that, bro. If I lock out all my accounts on TradeAvate and buy a new eval, will I be able to trade that eval or is it locked? I think with TradeAvate, I don't know because I don't ever use the lockup function. I'm pretty sure the whole thing gets locked out. KCG trade. Yeah, I'll talk about my trades I took earlier, but I haven't taken any trades right now. Universe King, no, I don't. I know someone from a few weeks ago asked me about my opinion on like crypto, Bitcoin, that type of stuff. I don't touch crypto. It's not my cup of tea. I generally don't like to long term hold things that I don't understand, and I don't understand like things like blockchain, crypto, all that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for digital, artificial intelligence, all that stuff, but like crypto, I just I don't understand it, and I don't honestly personally even want to learn it. I also think that the fact that the market's open 24/7 is also a problem in my opinion. I don't like doing that either. But yeah, I don't touch crypto. I think there's enough. I have enough baskets that my hands are in right now. Crypto just doesn't make the cut for me. Edmund, no, I mean, I post stuff on YouTube. I talk a lot about different things and I share them along the way. They're not organized though. I mean, I think when I post things on Instagram and YouTube, they're not structured in like a specific format. I kind of just share things as they come, kind of like, yeah, yeah, that's probably the best way I can say it. I share things as they come. So there are things on there, but if you're like, yeah, if you want to learn my entire system, no, it's not publicly anywhere because even students who work with me, they would probably tell you the same thing. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's I spend 5-6 days with my students, right, when I teach them my system. So it's not something that's can be just shared so easily over a small period of time. Young finesse, man. I'm sorry to hear, man. I don't know. Like obviously, 1.6K loss. It's a very relative number to someone that could be life changing. For someone that could be okay, that's nice. But I think for most cases, 1.6K loss is not a fun thing to take. So I'm sorry to hear, man. You scalped $13 Kaplov. What are you waiting for before your first trades, Kaplov? If you talk about tonight, I'm gonna do my trade review first, man. I'm gonna do my trade review in about 6 minutes. I don't want to take anything right now, just because this could be too distracting for me to do so. Plus, honestly, right now I'm not interested in taking anything. But as I mentioned earlier on, we're at the 200 EMA, and for those who are newer here that aren't familiar with my screen and my trade setup, the 200 EMA on my screen is that dotted line that's coming down here. That's my 200 EMA. And so you can see we've got some like scalping opportunities here, but I'm not like really interested in like taking anything at the moment. But you could totally scalp that though, as I made that comment earlier. Do I game? Not anymore, man. Not anymore. I used to. I feel like someone asked me this last time too. If you're talking like OG back in the days, am I like when I was like in grade 7, grade 8, I used to play StarCraft competitively back when it was just like StarCraft 1. I used to play at a tournament level. And then in high school, I played Modern Warfare, like Call of Duty. I was Modern Warfare 1 and 2. I think those were like the good old days. I was also, me and my group were actually very killer at playing Modern Warfare. I know a lot of people will say that they're really, really great, but I will say I was very good at gaming back then. Now I suck ass. I've tried. I don't know if the game mechanics have changed or my reflexes are slow. I don't know what it is, but back in the day, man, I would go on like 20, 30 win streaks at night with my friends. And honestly, we would do things like, oh, we're gonna game until we lose. Next thing you know, it's 5 a.m. in the morning and we're still gaming, right? So that was kind of us back in the day. But like now, man, I mean, I tried playing. I can't remember which one it was anymore. It was like 2 Call of Duties ago. I tried playing it and like, holy crap, do I suck? Like my KDR used to be like 4 or 5, and now I'm lucky if I even have one KDR. Like it's so bad. Damn young finesse. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Like it's good if your mentals are not like are exhausted, man. Take it easy, man. I played Counter Strike as well. I wasn't as good at Counter Strike, and I didn't have a lot of friends that played it, so I didn't play it as much. But I had one friend that really liked playing it a lot. We used to. I remember the map he loved was playing on the Dust. I know Modern Warfare 2's back. Oh, preppy. Oh, preppy. You just became an UN. What's a UNC? Is that short for something? No, I never got into League of Legends House of Pillar. I had coworkers that played that though, man. That and like what is it, Dota? Is that Dota? Is that what's called? Dota 1, Dota 2? Can't remember what it was, man. They're crazy. No, I never played Counter Strike 1.6 now. I'm here for a wedding, KCG. I got a family wedding out here, so yeah, we'll be a busy next couple days because we're fairly close, so it means we're also setting up for the wedding. Oh, uncle. Uncle. You just became an uncle. How did I just become an uncle? What does that mean? I'm a dad. I'm not really an uncle, but okay. Nah, if I was in a trade, guys, you would know it. The gang here knows, man. I will show my trade if I'm in a trade. Look you see how old I am, man. I'm so detached with the terminologies that people use today. The elevated life, the fact that you talk about Duck Hunt and Tecmo Bowl, you're dating yourself, man. You're dating yourself. I like Duck Hunt a lot too. We used to have that gun at home. That thing was so cool. So you will trade tonight. Yes, yes. Well, yeah, if an opportunity presents itself, I absolutely will trade. So far, we've been on a pretty good scalping spree, right, guys? Chat, OG chat members, guys. We're on a pretty good scalp streak this week, which is kind of shocking. Like, I usually don't scalp, but I started scalping on like Tuesday, I think it was. And right now, I think we're on a 3 day hot streak. I think I've only like lost one scalp trade. At least I think it was only one. I don't remember. I don't want to jinx myself. I probably just jinxed myself by making that comment, but what's my bias? I'll go over the concepts and thought process over the trade review that I'm going to start in about 2 minutes here. But I will say in the terminology of bias, I might be bullish or bearish, but generally speaking, I don't get married to the idea. My caffeine of the night tonight, man. Molly tea for those who have had this before. I don't know if you guys knew, but Molly T apparently got sued by LV. Did you guys know that? They got sued by LV. And like they actually won, but I think right now Molly T is actually I think they're trying to fight it still, right? So for now LV wins, but I think Molly T is fighting it right now. Sorry to hear BL trades, man. BL trades. Yeah, this drink is a, what is it? Hold on, this thing's like completely stuck. This is a matcha jasmine salted cheese. Man, that's fancy. I asked my wife to order this for me, so I had no idea what she was ordering me. LV as in Louis Vuitton. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely. I think the 200 EMAs offered a lot of good scalp plays just there alone so far. I don't know how much movement that is though. How much is that? I'm not taking a trade, guys. I just wanted to see how much it's worth. Yeah, I mean, you could. There was like some solid 10 point scalps there, guys. Solid 10 point scalps, guys. Yeah, Preppy, that's right. Because this flower that represents the tea, like the floral tea, apparently it resembles the Louis Vuitton pattern on their bag. So I was like, okay, I don't think that was Molly T's intention, but whatever. What is dashed line you have? Dashed line. If you're referring to the dotted line there, I'm assuming you probably just hopped onto the stream. That's the 200 EMA that I was talking about earlier. Jason, I use when I scalp, I usually do limit orders actually, guys. And I want to full disclosure. I'm not a scalper. I know, like, you guys are probably like, man, like, why don't you scalp? You're winning so much. That's not my thing. Like, I probably literally came up with my scalping thesis and strategy like maybe like just like a couple months ago. So it's not my cup of tea. But if I were to describe it, then yes, I use limit orders when I scalp because I do want to be able to capture it at specific price action areas and take it from there. That's kind of the idea for me. A trades guy? No, I've never been kicked out of it from StoneX. I find that when you start taking multiple trades on multiple accounts, like if I like take one on one and then switch to another, and I do it multiple times, I find that when I'm doing that, the visuals start to get very glitchy. But I've never been kicked out of a trade though. No. Broadcast, yeah, they won that lawsuit at least for now. Blair, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, nominums, man. Scalping is like you have to have like a lot of like patience, man. Like the adrenaline of scalping is not for the faint of heart. Discover life. I know you keep asking me to take a trade, but I think that thought process alone that you have right now is already the wrong mindset. We don't just take trades for the sake of taking trades. That's how you blow accounts. I usually trade minis. However, I will generally tell people to do micros because like minis are not for the faint of heart, man. Yeah, 10-4 support's banging, man. Yeah, so for just for you guys all know, I put the Ron G, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Yo, man, I'm changing my logo every single day here. Okay, every single day. I'm keeping it interesting. My man Ron G never sleeps. Even when he's not hopping in the chats, he's secretly watching. He's watching all of y'all. Yeah, Joshua, I agree. I mean, I like the thing is I like the bracket orders, man. It's kind of hard to argue with the bracket orders. Have I taken daily payouts yet from 10-4? Yeah, House of Pillar. If you actually go into the 10-4 Discord and you go into the payouts channel, scroll to the top, the first six payouts are actually me. They're all from daily payout accounts. Trade walk, man. I'm doing good. Sorry to hear, Rod Williams. Just so you know, if you're tagging the Rate Trades Network tag, that's only if Rake's actually on. If you want to talk, if you want to tag me specifically, you'll have to tag Azheng Trades. Just FYI. MPC, man, much love, brother. A dual stream with Ron and me, eh? Ron, sounds like you and I might need to hop offline and have a conversation about this. How's it going, J Kings? William Burke. I am not rake, my man, but I'll take it. I will take it. I tell everyone I'm a banana. Asian on the outside, white on the inside, guys. I don't have a Renin one created yet, but Curly, I shall put that in as a request. You know what? I'm gonna do that right now as a request. Hold on. I'm gonna put a note down so I don't forget to do this later on. All right, I'll do that later. Yeah, I know it's gonna be hard. I gotta make sure I make the time for the Asian ones. I definitely have to be just strategic because it's like not the ideal time for me, but we'll see, man. William, all good, man. All right, guys, it is 10:26. It's a little past the time now. I'm going to hop into the trade review, guys. So, as always, I'm not going to look at the chat now because I do need to focus on the trade review itself. Welcome to Project 365, gang. My name's Alan. Azheng Trades here. I am the pre-London host, and I am one of 5 hosts. Ron G, who's also in the chat with us here tonight, he streams the Asia session. I take care of the pre-London. Jake Ricci himself does the opening of New York session. And then we got Lamelli and Mitch that take care of the afternoon session. We stream 5 days, sometimes 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. So no matter where you are around the world, we believe we have something that you guys can benefit from. So if you haven't already, drop a like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot and it doesn't cost you anything. And it helps us get the word out there, right? So we appreciate you guys very much for being able to do that. Because I generally have the slower session, I do engage with the chat more often than not. So if you guys want to chat, ask questions, I'm here to chat. And it doesn't even have to be about trading. I'm a business professional at my core, actually. Trading is something I do and I do well at, but it's not my core thing. I'm a business professional. I work with restaurants across the country, and that's kind of my profession. So if you want to talk business, corporate developments, trading, life, I'm all for it, guys. I'm all for it. But, with that, I am going to jump into the trade review. So what I'm about to do here, guys, is I'm going to go through NQ and gold because of the 2 tickers that I trade the most. I'm going to talk about the top-down analysis and what I'm kind of looking at. I'll go over what I'm looking for in terms of, obviously today, but I'll talk about what trades I've taken already and what trades we could have taken if we took the thought process of the trade review from last stream or the stream before that. As I always say, every stream I talk about, even if you can't take a trade with us, my streams, Ron streams, doesn't matter, right? I think the gems that we're dropping are very helpful and can still play out later on in any other parts of the market sessions, right? So anyways, with that, I am going to jump right into it. So we're going to go over the NQ first. And if you guys are all here right now, drop a thumbs up. If we get to 400 thumbs up, I'm going to do a 50K Lucid Pro giveaway. 50K, guys. That's one of the bigger ones, right? So definitely going to be worth your while. So let's take a look at the weekly time frame on NQ. And if you guys remember what we were kind of talking about now since the start of this week, we talked about how we started pushing up at first, but now we're obviously starting to make our way back down. So if we get followed through and we break last week's low, I do think we have room to move lower into the 28,281 level area type of deal. We got more spots beneath us before that as well. But I think if we get past that, we have room to keep going. I'm not saying that we will. That's just the thought process right now of what we would be possibly thinking about. On the daily time frame as well, you can see that yesterday's bar took out the prior bars. If you remember what I said that we are either going to be looking for a 3-bar play to the upside to break out, or if we fail it, then it's very likely going to come right down and fill up the bottom. And that's exactly what we did. So those are the 2 scenarios that could have played out and how we did that. And obviously we had the big move there. So as of right now, I think that if price continues to hold beneath my areas of interest here and all, and we manage to keep going, we might be able to break the lows and continue lower here. So yeah, markets are looking quite bearish at the moment. On the hourly time frame, you can see here we had our sell-off coming down. We just locked in an hourly bullish bar that's taken up. Here, I'm just gonna move these for a quick second here. Yeah, we have the hourly bar that took out the prior bar there, and now we're starting to move on up. Now, I do think that, like, for us, in order for me to even think about taking a long at this point, because we already missed the initial bounce level at 469, or even to reference the 520 area of interest that I've been talking about, right now I would look for us to break and retest before we go for longs. Otherwise, I'm still kind of more interested in shorts than I am in longs on the NQ at this very moment in time. Now, as I go into the smaller time frames here, you can kind of see here as well. I talked about this earlier on as well with some of my students. For a brief moment, I hopped on the call before I got on my plane ride. The 709 spot. 709? I thought it was 707. Maybe it's 709. Maybe I'm just getting my numbers mixed up. But I had the 709 spot, and I've talked about this, guys. The 709 spot has been a very important spot to the chart, right? Over the course of the starting of this week, if you actually look back at the chart, on Sunday and on Monday, both of those Globex session opened up, dove, tapped 709, and launched. Both of those days it did that. Over the course of this week, it has been tested and it's been respected in price. And there were moves that could have been taken out of that area alone. And so coming into today, my thought process was, because we opened up and we pushed down immediately, and I just realized that I have not marked the Globex yet, which is funny that I have not done that. I thought I did that earlier, but apparently not. Maybe it didn't save. Let me mark that up quickly here first. There you go. Give me a second here as well. I just actually spilled a little bit of my drink. Hang tight. Just want to make sure that I don't get my computer fried here because it spilled on a little bit of my keyboard. All right. Yeah, so anyways, the 709 area here was a key spot. So what I mentioned was that as long, because we bounced off my channel here, as you guys can see, and this channel's also been my chart for a little while, we bounced off the channel there, and then we made our move up. What I made the comment was, before I boarded my plane today, was if we can hold under 709, I'm definitely going to be interested in shorting the market. And so that's essentially what I ended up doing. I didn't catch this short over here. I think someone in the Discord caught that, but I did end up taking the retest up here. So we came up and we tested the Globex opening print, which also held us beneath the 709 area. So I took my short there, and I managed to capitalize on a trade there. So I've actually secured enough for another payout with 10-4's prop firm. So I will actually later on the stream, I am going to request for a payout on stream with you guys so that you guys can see the process, and so that you guys can also like understand how the construct of it all works, because I know every prop firm is a little bit different, but I will be requesting for a $1,000 payout from 10-4. And so I've actually had the link pinned here in the chat. 10-4 is one of the new prop firms that have been out in the space for a little while. And because they're new, they're doing a lot of big, obviously, offerings right now. If you've never traded with them, if you use code RAKE right now, it is 50% off for your first 2 accounts. 50%. That basically means a 50K origin account, which is essentially equivalent to like a Lucid Flex account or Tradeify Select account, that type of deal. It is basically $94. Nope. Sorry, it's even cheaper than that. I think it's like $50 or $60 after the discounts applied. And the origin account has no daily loss limit, no consistency rules, and a $2,500 drawdown with a $3,000 profit target on an origin account. So it's pretty hard to beat, guys. Like, it's pretty solid. So if you guys haven't tried it before, links there, code RAKE, 50% off, just an FYI. And I am actually trading with that prop tonight as well. If you look at the bottom left-hand side of the corner of the chart there, you can see there that it's a StoneX. That's basically the platform they use. So instead of Tradeovate, they use StoneX, and I link it to TradingView, and that's how I take my trades. So just FYI. So in case you guys see brackets tonight, some people get really thrown off by the brackets because they think it's a paper trading account. But no, as you can see here, it's StoneX Live. This is the funded account that I'm using with 10-4. So anyways, you guys have questions about that, you guys can ask me about 10-4 a little bit later on. But we had a really nice move down, guys. We started breaking beneath. We as soon as we started getting follow through off that rejection up there, we made it all the way down to that 520 area. And so for all the scalpers out there, right, that 520 area offered really nice scalping opportunities. And then after we broke back down, the the 469 level acted as a very nice scalping opportunity as well, or a bottom tick for an uptrend move, right? As we started the stream, one of the guys in the chat, Zach, there commented on the inverse head and shoulder, and absolutely, we had an inverse head and shoulder that respected that 520 area again. And so, just for the newbies out there who don't know what an inverse head and shoulder is, an inverse head and shoulder is this pattern right here: shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2, break of neckline. That's essentially an inverse head and shoulder for those who don't know. And so we formed that very nicely to the upside. So whether we caught the bottom tick of the 469 level bounce, or we caught the inverse head and shoulder, or higher low, whatever you want to call it, 520 bounce, we had that as well. So either way, pretty solid. When I hopped on the stream, one of the first things I said to you guys was, we're coming up to the 200 EMA, which is this dotted line here. And I said that one of the setups that I like to take, and it's not an A+ setup, but it's a setup I would be interested in taking, which is that whenever price, as you can see here, extends away from the 200 EMA, as it comes back into the 200 EMA, I like to watch for price reactions, and it usually offers good opportunity. So whether you want to scalp that, or whether you want to take a full-on trade out of that, completely up to you. But obviously you can tell, since we started the stream, you literally could have scalped that multiple times, right? And so it's offered good opportunity. Right now, it looks like it's trying to peel downwards. Obviously, while I've been chatting with you, I haven't had a chance to even kind of take a stab at this, but a nice little move down so far. I don't know how much further it's going to go down. Ideally, we want to see us hold price here around between the 550 to 556 area. It'd be nice for us to hold there, assuming that we want to continue moving higher. Otherwise, the bears will likely take control of this position here, and we might end up melting off even further. So those are my NQ thoughts right now. What are my other things I want to say here? Yeah, for me, in order for me to really, really want longs right now, I'd love for us to break back above this 598 and the 60. Was it 598? Yeah, right. No, sorry. I'd like to break above this 607 area. So I'd like to see some sort of a break and retest up, something like this. That's what I would want to see for longs. Otherwise, right now, I am kind of just not really too interested in longs as far as a bigger play on it, at least, right? I'm more interested in shorts at this point. Now, if we're scalping, we can obviously scalp in either direction. That doesn't matter, right? This doesn't make that big of a difference. I think as a scalper, you have the privilege to take either side of the trade without having to worry too much about the bias in itself. So anyways, that's the NQ trade review. I'm just going to go through the chat quickly here before I go through the gold trade review with the gang. The 28 Ronk 02, the 28520 area. That's I'm trying to remember what that was. It is the low point. It is a low point on the chart that I was watching, and I can't remember what low point it was anymore because I drew it quite some time ago. I'd have to go back, but I know that for those who are from the Rate Trades Mastermind, when I reference level, I'm actually referencing the mastermind level, which is why you'll notice when I say things like, oh, I have an area of interest, or I have a channel, or I have a print, whatever it may be, I'll use labels, and those labels are meant for me to define that. For those who are familiar with Rates Mastermind, a level is a level. So when I say level, I'm referring to a mastermind level, right? But when I'm referring to other things, I'm referring to things that I've personally built out for my trading specifically, right? So I just want to make sure that you guys knew that. Is it a good idea to save in physical silver for pension? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Not the best person to ask on that one. I don't even know much about silver at all, to be honest. What pair is this? Short at 619. What pair is this? What pair is this? I'm not really too sure. I don't know when that question got put in the chat, so I'm not too sure what that means, Kelly Kaufman. Did Lucid Flex remove their DLL? Never. Lucid Flex has never had DLL. If you're thinking about the pro accounts don't have DLL anymore. Okay, I'm reading down the chat now. I see your comment, Kelly. What was the name of the prop firm? 10-4. Thank you for answering that question, TradeWall. For the inverse head and shoulder, I think the 520 would have been the better one, ADHD. Bernati, what up, man? Hey, Angio. All good, Kelly Kaufman. I'm scrolling down the chat right now, so I saw your comment afterwards. I'm like, okay, I got what you mean. Okay, cool. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going into this now. So I'll go into the gold chart review now. So gold, man, like what a sharp dive. I don't know if anyone here in the chat caught this, man, but that was a pretty sharp dive to the downside. No, Vernati, I'm not on vacation. I'm out here for a wedding right now, so be bright and early tomorrow. Got lots of work to do ahead of me for the next few days. So gold's the one I've been most bearish on for weeks now. And we actually did look like we were making some really good traction, guys. If you guys remember, right? That's why you have this huge shadow of a wick. It looked like we were really trying to break out, but honestly, with the way that we just sold off this week, looks like bears are back on the table again. So I'm definitely more bearish on gold than I am bullish. And that's always been the case, but these past few days looked like it was trying to come back to life here off that daily double bottom. But apparently no bueno, because yesterday's bar basically took out the prior bar here. And as of right now, we look like we just are just pushing lower and lower. Now, let's go into the hourly time frame here. You can see here that we did have a little bit of support here at the level at 4023.9. But based on the way that these candles are forming right now, I am honestly more bearish than anything else. It doesn't look like price wants to even hold at all. Now, obviously, news drops, whatever, those flash type of things could make a big difference. What I'm kind of interested in gold right now, because we have a lot of levels beneath us. That's the thing, right? So you can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have like multiple levels beneath us. So the support is clearly there. But I do think that if we crack one, we'll probably crack all of them. Again, this is speculation, pure speculation on that part, right? But I would like to see gold come back up here and test the 40, 41 level, because I've got a level there. I've got VWAP. I've got 200 EMA. So I'm interested to see how we test that. If we find a failure up there, I'm open to shorting. And so what I'll probably do here right now is I'll just put a price alert here for myself just to let me know when price hits it. And I'll put a price alert down here so I know if price breaks beneath that as well. But that's my thesis kind of on gold at the moment. FF indicator on the NQ as well. We're about to test the 2-minute trigger line here. And we're holding the 5-minute trigger line as well. So this is the trigger line for those who don't know what it is. We'll see if we can hold it. If we end up closing beneath it, then that might mean that we might just get more follow through to the downside. Same thing with the gold. Gold on the FF indicator, we're kind of holding beneath it at the moment, holding the trigger line. So we'll see. We're also holding beneath the 5. So this is kind of that moment where if you were using this indicator specifically, and again, I don't trade off the indicator itself. I never do. I always use it as just confluence. So kind of the thought process here is like, if you were looking at gold's chart right now on the FF indicator, what you'd be thinking is like, okay, we're squeezing here right now, right? Price is starting to squeeze right now. So we're either going to get a clean break up, right? Or we're going to have that failure and we're just going to melt right back down. So you can almost kind of look at this like kind of like a descending triangle. I'm bearish. I'm more bearish on gold than anything, as I've said already. So anyways, that's kind of my 2 cents here. I'll just going to read the chat here again, and then we'll get the night going here, guys. Yes, I caught that on the wrong side. Trade bot, man. Sorry to hear, dude. Yeah, man, that was crazy. I remember opening up my chart on my phone when I was, I think it was on the plane. Was that on the plane? No, I was already here. Yeah, I was looking at the chart on my phone. I was like, holy crap, what the hell just happened? I don't know if news broke or something like that, but that's a pretty big dive on gold there. Fiat, what is fiat? Esteban, the terminology of fiat just means cash. Ten4's website doesn't seem to be accessible. Really? Let me click on it myself. It should work. Yeah, it works for me. Memo, Rake's not in the chat. Just FYI, Azheng trades. Rake is probably fast asleep right now. Esteban, what do you mean cash? Question mark. Do you? I mean this with all due respect. Do you not know what cash is? Is echo picking up again, guys? Do you guys hear an echo? You guys shouldn't hear an echo. That's kind of weird. Because the audio should only be coming through my mic. Okay, let me just change it up here, guys.
How's my audio right now, gang? Does that sound better? Worse. Hey guys, how about now? We're good. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Hopefully now this is good forever for all of the future mobile streams. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. And thanks for bearing with me, by the way. Yeah, NQ does look like it's trying to push. But yeah, anyway, sorry. The person who the chat's completely like spammed out now, so I can't see it anymore. But whoever asked a question about fiat, it basically means either you're gonna get paid in crypto or regular money. That's fiat represents money. So if you Google it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that basically, whether the payment portal they usually use is Rise as an RISE, and they'll pay you via that format. So that's completely up to you. Grave Claw, yeah, all good. That's the comment that I was making about trigger line and all that stuff. That's like a subscribed indicator that I have. I just use it for confluence, and I know that there's some people who hop on the stream that use it as well. That's the reason why I refer to it. But yeah, if you don't have it, not a big deal. Not super important, guys. I do use VWAP. I do use VWAP. Yeah, I mean it's possible. I mean, right now the 5.9 or the 607 area was an area that I commented on earlier. So I said that I want to break and retest above for longs, right? So I wouldn't take a long right now. I would not be in longs. Anyone who took a long now, I mean, that's good luck. I mean, I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I wouldn't do it. Max payout limit. I don't know if they do or not. I'm gonna maybe shoot their support team that question right now. I don't think they. I don't know what the specific payout cap is with them actually. Yeah, I just poked them right now. I just reached out to the support team and I asked Ashtree. We'll see what they say. It's the New York opening print. It's just the old one. It's an older line. I might attempt a short here, guys. Let's give it a shot. It's really risky for me to be taking it right now because I know this is a resistance area, but I don't know if we could get follow through. Let's see if we can get this, guys. This is on my 10-4 Origin funded account right now. I don't have all the check boxes I would usually wait for a follow through on this, but yeah, we'll see what we can do here. What I might do here is 554. You know what I'll do here instead? 554. I'm gonna put a trim contract here actually. Oops. I'm gonna trim. See if we can get a trim there. Husk, I still do options once in a while. I just don't do it as much as I used to anymore, just time wise. New York session's not ideal for me. Kings of the West, I just use the replay, man. When I do backtesting, I just do the replay on the trading view. And I just take notes. Yeah, smaller time frame. We are kind of like topping for sure, but it's not like the strong clean tops that I would be looking for ADHD. But yeah, it definitely is. No problem, Kings of the West. Someone said they're going long. Teapot Derby, you're going long. Are you long in NQ right now, or are you long in gold? Husk, I usually do 0 date expiration or next day expirations. If I trade Tesla, which that was kind of like my go-to, I would do weeklies, like as in like the same week. But I don't usually do push too far out. What margin do you get? What margin do you get? What does that mean? Sorry, Alexander, are you asking about my prop futures account right now? Logan Delk, are you risking more than reward? No, I'm not because I'm trimming right now. I'm looking for a bigger move. Ah, you're long gold. Let me take a look. What's gold doing right now? Okay, okay. You might be seeing something that I'm not seeing on gold. I don't see confirmation just yet. No, I'm not. I don't put a whole lot of emphasis on gap fills. So no, I'm not looking for that specifically. But I do have areas on the chart that I'm looking to move lower on, as I talked about during the chart review. No, I don't do leaps, man. I'm probably not the best person to ask that question, dude. Sorry, dude. What's your time interval? Like, are you talking about like the time frame that I'm on right now? I'm on the 2 minute time frame. The one I'm sharing with you is 2 minute time frame. Love Guru, man. Hey, that's amazing, man. You got some beginner skills there. Okay, so guys, we got a trim order there, guys. So we trimmed already so far. What is that? We trimmed for 25 points. So now the next one we'll go for. We'll target this. All right, let's get that push here, guys. I do have a question about when the candles are bearish, do you ever sell? When the candles are bearish, do you ever sell? What does that mean, Grave Claw? I'm not really too sure what you're asking there. Entry confirmation, I have a lot of different things that I look at. Multi-time frame analysis, structure, trend, bar by bar. I have indicators for confluence that I'm looking for as well. So it's a mixture of a lot of different things. Thanks, Logan. Appreciate it, man. Much love. Oh, cool, Ashley. I'm glad you did. How do you profit if the candles are going down? Okay, Grave Claw. Yeah, that's that's obviously. I know you said you're a beginner. When you trade futures, options, even stocks, you can short the market. So you can bet to the downside, basically, essentially what you're doing. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm basically saying that I want the chart to move lower. I think the chart's going to move lower. So that's the reason why I'm shorting here. So I'm basically in the same way that you would play to the upside, I'm playing to the downside right now. Stop loss puppy. Hey man, as a person who's on stream, I'm expecting there's gonna be a lot of beginners asking questions, so it's all good, man. It's all good. What up, Pete? Edmund, I appreciate, man. Much love. I do like that 5 minute close that we just had there, so hopefully we get some more follow through here. If we get more follow through on this current 5 minute candle, that's going to give us a nice 15 minute confirmation. And to be perfectly honest, at that point, I probably could hold the trade for even more, but I'm okay just taking a piece of it today, and then I can always circle back a little bit later on. Chris Chow. Hey, much love, Mickey. Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's weird about the stream. You always have to click on that live button on YouTube to make sure that it gets caught up to speed. I have no idea why it does that. It's weird, man. Do I think we can sweep New York lows? New York lows, New York lows, New York lows. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, I think so. I think it's possible. I don't have enough contracts to hold for that, though. I'd much rather just take my position at this point, obviously. Like the only other way that I can manage this trade is I can hover it, obviously. So if price starts to move lower, I can hover it and take it from there. But I'm honestly pretty content taking it where I'm going to take it. NYOO. Someone asked that question earlier, Fastway. It's an opening print. Thanks, Zero Skills. Yeah, man. 10 Ford's UI is pretty awesome, dude. So love hit stream for the options. My goal use for options. Yeah, I know options are tough, man. They're not easy, not for the faint of heart. That's for sure, guys. Come on, NQ. Give me my follow through. Yeah, Grave Claw, it's best that you probably Google these questions. And it's not that I don't want to answer them, but I think that a lot of people on the stream are probably gonna not want me to regurgitate something like that because that is a fundamental aspect of trading. It's no different from you buying to the upside, you're buying to the downside, right? You're betting on your specific derivative of an asset to move lower, right? So just Google it. That's probably going to be the best way to go about that, my friend. Nope. Trade WAP, I don't like adding. I know a lot of people do it. Dynamic sizing. I don't do that. I like to, for the sake of my back tested aspect of data, I'd like to just take it for what it is. So guys, this is the reason why I like 10-4 though, right? Like the way that I can see my brackets. Like, look at this. Like I like being able to do this because before I would have to use a like a forecaster box and do the calculations and be like, okay, how much is this worth? How much is this worth? Like I love that I could just drag and drop this as I please, and I can see the profit values, right? So that's pretty cool. So like for example, right now, if I want to move the stop loss down to say here, then I can see that hey, my stop loss value is 460. So if I get stopped out, it's gonna be $460, right? So, anyways, I like that I can do that. Yeah, not today's opening print, my man. Do I think it rejects 532? I'm actually looking for a bounce at 520. That's the reason why I want to take my position at 530. I think we have a chance to bounce at 520 again. Yeah, 100%. How do I do that? How do I do what? The sorry, I don't know if you guys heard me say this earlier. It's just the 10-4 prop firm. So the prop firm that I have pinned to the chat right now, this is one of the newer prop firms. They, instead of using Tradeovate, they use StoneX, and StoneX's platform has these bracket orders. And you can kind of drag and drop them. So for example, like right now, let's just say that I were to, because usually on TradingView, you can't cancel them. So let's just say I were to cancel this my stop loss right now and do that. If I want to bring my stop loss back onto the screen again, I just drag it up. And there it is again. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's why I like StoneX, man. It's like it's my new version of Top Step X without Top Step, you know? Kings of the West, that's a great question. I'm not too sure. I actually don't know. I don't know if you can paper trade. I've never asked or tried. OCCC? No, you can't. You can't. Whatever I'm doing right now with the bracket orders, you cannot do that on Tradeovate TradingView. Doesn't work. Not a function. MDC, I don't think you can. You trade MDC, you trade live, right? You trade live capital though, right? You don't. Do you trade through Tradeovate as well? I don't think like MDC. I'll check it out later on, but to my knowledge, from what I've been told, it's you're not able to do that. If you can do them, that's great. No problem, Jack. Maybe it's a function if you trade live, but I don't know if you're on Tradeovate with prop. I don't think you can do that. Like I think that's a unique thing to certain platforms. Like StoneX can do it, TradeC can do it, but not every prop can do that, or not every platform can do that, guys. At least I don't think so. I was gonna be like, I don't know if I want to be a prick for a tick. do I want to inch it up just slightly? And the only reason why I'm saying that is because of this candle right over here, guys. I don't want to be a prick for a tick. Come on. What is this? What is this? Don't do this to me, NQ. Yeah, there you go, guys. There you go. That's the dub. So that's 25-point trim with one mini, and then we got a 50-point close on another mini. You guys do the math there, right there. That's a what is that? A $1,500 trade? Yeah, $1,500 trade locked in just like that, guys. First trade of the night. Hopefully you guys were able to capture that short with me, even if you got a piece of it at all. I know Jack in the chat caught the short trade with me there. Nice work. Man, I'm all good with base hits, man. I don't think base hits is a bad thing. Everyone's got their way of trading, man. Like, guys, if I can say anything else, like you guys see how calm I am on trades. Whether I'm losing or winning, my emotions are literally the same. Like I think just figure out what works for you, right? Like you see people like Jake. Jake's a perfect example. The dude can like hold forever, right? But not everyone can do that. That's okay, right? If you've got the ability to hold for those big trades, power to you. But if you can't, that's okay too, right? take whatever you think makes sense to you and move on with that, right? Nice, nice. What was the yellow line? The yellow line? It was an old New York print. So trading view, I will say I'll probably do this on my own time afterwards, but I'm almost 100% sure if you're on trading view with Tradeovate, you cannot drag and drop values as you see fit. Like that's not a function that lets you do that. And then also it doesn't show you the values either. But if you guys are saying it works, I will try it out later on, but I'm almost 100% sure you can't because I remember people always complaining about that and saying that's the reason why they like Top Step X because you could do it on Top Step X, but you couldn't do it on TradingView. So I don't know. How much do you need before you consider now using prop firms? I mean, you can get us started as low as like 50 or 60 bucks, I think. So that's up to you, man. Trina, man, it takes time. It's all good, dude. All good. Thanks, Rod, man. Thank you. Sam, passing your first 10-4 eval. Let's go, dude. Shout out to Sam in the chat. Getting a pass on the 10-4 eval. Johns, I don't keep it up forever. The only time I keep things up is if I see that price is respecting it a lot, then I'll keep it up there. But otherwise, yeah, I get rid of it. Thanks, broadcast. The person who asked me the question, because I can't even pronounce your username. The person who asked me the question about what prop firm I'm using, 10-4 prop firm. It's pinned in the chat. If you click on that, you can actually scoop up some accounts, 50% off right now for your first 2 accounts with code RAKE. And if you get their 50K origin account, which is the account that I'm trading right now, except mine's funded already, you basically get a $2,500 drawdown with a 3K profit target. And there's no daily loss limit, no consistency rule for the funded. The eval, it's 50%. It's for the eval period, it's 50% consistency rule, but that's pretty standard. But the moment you pass it, though, it's immediate activation. So like literally within seconds that you pass your account, you can activate the account immediately, which is pretty sick. I also have an account that I'm actually waiting to do a payout request for, and I might do that in a bit here actually because it's ready to go. My win rate, Esteban, I usually average between 70 to 80% for my win rate. Yeah, that's what I said to OCC. I don't think it works for Tradeovate, man. Jake Seto, man, my thought process is always take the damn payout. Always take the payout. I don't wait for buffers. I just take it. You just never know what can happen to your account. No, I do not use Top Step either. So I see a lot of people supporting me here. Like the trading view, Tradeovate does not do what StoneX can do. Like what I just did there with the drag and drop brackets, with the dollar values, you cannot do that on TradingView with Tradeovate. It has never been possible. So I don't think it could suddenly, unless it suddenly changed, I don't think it's possible, man. Zoe. Sup. Man, you guys are blowing up the chat, man. I'm just trying to keep up with you guys right now. I would not look for a reversal yet, no. But I just want to take profit there because you can see right now, right, guys? Price is holding it right now. It probably will sink through still, but the fact that price is reacting to it right now is kind of exactly the reason why I didn't want to be greedy about it. YH, the New York print's the New York opening print. No, not 10K drawdown, 25K, $100 drawdown. So 2.5K drawdown to a 3K profit target. Yeah, MDC, it's because you trade live. I think that's honestly the difference. Because TradingView itself has the function, but if the brokerage that you sync to, whether it's Tradeovate or StoneX or whatever, those don't have the option for it. Zoe, no, it does not charge to activate. It's free activation fee as well. That's what I'm saying, man. The 50K origin counts with 10-4 is goated. Large drawdown, no daily loss limit, no consistency rule in the funded, and no activation fee, man. Hard to beat, man. Hard to beat. Trejo, Alex, man, doing good. What was my thought process to this trade? Someone just asked in the chat. I said this in the chart review already, and I was talking about it even when we first started the stream. The 200 EMA was an area of interest for me already, right? And so I did mention that there was a lot of scalping opportunity here, and then later on in the stream as well, when we started pulling up, I think someone mentioned longs, and I said I don't want a long. I think it's too risky to be long here. I said that I would long if we do a break and retest above 607. We never got that. Instead, we rejected 607. And so when I was just looking at the different time frames and looking for some confluence, and so I'm like, you know what? I don't have everything I wanted, but I had enough for me to want to pull the trigger, so I took it, right? So then I managed to trim one mini for 25 points, and I closed the other one for 50 points, which makes that a $1,500 trade on my 10-4 50K origin funded account. Are you always on trading? I trade 5 days a week. I'm the pre-London host. Azheng trades here. I trade from 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time till midnight. KCC trades. It depends. Depends, man. You asking about the levels, man. It really depends, dude. If it gets invalidated, it's invalidated. If it's not invalidated, then it's not invalidated. Yeah, Josh, that's what I'm talking about. See, once the position's in, you can't see the values anymore. That's my point. With StoneX, you can see the values all the time. That never goes away. What's up, Dragon? Oh, man. My man, the Scalp King, Dragon Trades. What's up, man? I mean, Apex, I never had issues with Apex. I know a lot of people have issues with them. I never had any issues with them. Like I traded with them, and I wasn't affiliate with them or anything like that either, right? Like I traded with them. I got my payouts. I followed the rules, right? I mean, that's the prop from last year in August that I made my uncapped payout. Like I made $96,000 in payout with Apex. So no issues here with me, man. My man, Jack. I appreciate you, Jack. I appreciate you, Jack. Jack is a student that actually just I started working with just about 2-3 weeks ago. I think it was Jack. And Jack just passed the eval recently as well and locking in some profits. I think Jack's getting excited. We've been talking about it. Getting really close to a payout, man. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Nice, 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 nice. Nice chat. I love the wins. I love the fact that you guys are winning. Right now in this trade, Bart, yes, this is StoneX 10-4. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot here, guys. I'm going to probably stop answering some of these questions because they're too repetitive now. Watch my trade review, guys. I did the trade review earlier. I talked about my plan, talked about what I was looking for. Yes, 607 was my area that I wanted to short, guys. 10-4 is only with StoneX, with TradingView. It makes no sense, Esteban, to trade futures on my own live account for me personally, just because like I can get so much more leverage for my dollar. So it just makes more sense, especially now that props have such competitive accounts. I'd rather just go that route. When I trade options, I use my personal cash. Anything with payout caps, just read the FAQs with the prop firms. They're all different with every one of them. I think with Zoe, I think the origin account's 50% off. I think they're like $60 if I remember correctly. KCG, I think I answered your question earlier. I changed levels if they get invalidated. All right, if you were wondering why I have not answered some of your questions, I'm skipping it because I've answered it like 2 or 3 times now, so I'm not going to answer the same questions over and over again. Jake Seto, it's a brand new prop firm, so they're looking to be competitive. Just like any business, you start off with a lot of value because you really want to get your name out there. So the way I look at it is this: when I started with trading with Tradeify, rules were different. When I started trading with Find a Futures family, rules were different. Apex rules were different. And why am I highlighting that? It's because when prop firms are starting and they're looking to be competitive, generally speaking, it means for a trader who's good at trading, that's your opportunity to take advantage of it as much as you can. Because when the rules start to tighten, for example, like Top Step, where they start changing the rules a lot, and not just them, many other prop firms as well, it starts getting harder for you to get those end cap payout. Like the fact that like Jade Cap made $2.6 million payouts on Apex, you can't do that anymore. It's impossible now because they've changed the way that the rules work. So yes, they are newer. And so obviously a lot of times there's a lot of skepticism around them, but I've already received 6 payout from 10-4, which is the reason why I talk about them, because I've been paid and I've seen it work. So no, I don't use volume profile, but I am going to be learning about it. I've got a book about it to read about, so see if I can adapt it. Pete, man, night's going good so far. Took one trade only. Just made $1,500 in the funded. 100% dragon trades. 100%, man. It's just, it makes no sense not to risk prop from capital if you can. Does Stone X have an app? I don't know. I've never tried. Stone X has been around for a very long time, 40 stars. They've been around for like, I think like 60 some years or so like that. A lot of the hedge funds around the world use them. Yeah, they introduced the legacy accounts again recently, and that was very recent, Chasen. So I don't know if it's going to be around long. Is my point, right? Again, any payout cap questions, just check the website, guys. I don't want to. I can't answer all those questions. I'm getting a lot of payout cap questions. Every prop firm is different. You got to read the rules. OCC, it depends on the given month, man. Every month's gonna be a little bit different. I find that 45 funded accounts rotation is kind of most ideal for me. I like that. Anything more, I find that I get a little bit more stupid with my accounts. You can't copy trade with 10-4 just yet, but you will be able to soon. And you can do it straight through the dashboard. It's probably the first time ever that I've ever seen a prop firm give you the ability to copy trade through their prop firm on TradingView, which is not something that's common. No, not 45, 425. Sorry, I probably talk so fast sometimes. It sounds like I'm saying 45. 425 is what I meant to say. Most prop firms don't allow bot trading. Josh will them. You can't copy trade yet. You will be able to soon. They're working on setting it up because they had a lot of issues with it. Yeah, on any prop firm, if they have trade evade, you can copy trade anything, man. Patrick, I have no idea why that's happening. Just reach out to Alex, man. What am I looking for now? I haven't looked at anything, to be honest. I've just been like going through all the chats. I'm trying to answer all your guys' questions as much as I can. Give me a second, guys. I'm actually gonna. All right, guys, I am gonna switch my screens here because I think it's about time so that you guys can kind of see how it works. I am gonna request my payout from 10-4 right now so that you guys can see how this functions actually. Give me a second here, guys. Bear with me because this is my travel setup. And guys, by the way, what NQ is doing right now is exactly why I did not want to hold past that area. So I'm really hoping that you guys took profit, or at least you guys were able to trim. Because yeah, that was like, ugh, that move is just gross. Okay, bear with me here. I'm trying to figure this out. I've never done this before on a travel setup. Hopefully I'm not doing this wrong. Can you guys see that? Yeah, I think you guys can see that. Okay, cool. So this is 10-4. So I'm in my account right now. This is my 25K instant funded account. Okay. And so I'm going to scroll down right now to the bottom. And this is where I will be able to request for my payout, as you guys can see, right? Request for my payout from Rise. Continue. I'm going to do my maximum payout request, which is $1,000. Continue. Do I like it? Do I like it? Am I happy? Yes, I am. Let's click that. So now I've requested for $1,000 in payout. I'm going to click done. And so I'm going to come back to the screen in a minute or so, but the payout's basically going to go through now. At this point in time, if I go down to the payout section, this is where I will see the payouts. So you can see here that these are all the payouts that I took. I was the first trader to actually take a payout with 10-4, and I took 6 payouts with them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $6,000 in payout. So I just requested for it. I'm going to come back to the screen maybe in about a minute or two. In a minute or two, I'm going to come back to the screen and we'll take a look to see if the payout has been approved. Actually, you know what? Just for the sake of it, let's see if I just refresh the screen, if it will do it. Okay, maybe a little too soon. I'll come back to it in a little bit here. All right, let's see what we do in here. I haven't been looking at the chat, by the way, guys. If you guys were messaging, because I was obviously demonstrating how to take a payout with 10-4. Look at that bounce, guys, on gold. So we talked about that, right? We talked about the 4023.8 level there. That was an area of bounce we were looking for. Nice move up towards the VWAP 200 EMA. I got the trigger alert. That's what made me want to look at it. If you guys remember what I said as well, now I'm looking for us to see if we can get a failure. See if we can maybe get some strong failure reaction between 41 and 37. If we do, I'm interested in taking a stab at shorts. I know Teapot Derby there was in longs on gold, but I think you said you were shooting for 90 though, right? I don't know if it's gonna go all the way up there though. Unless if you were saying 40-90, I mean that's pretty big. I don't know if we're gonna get there. All right, I'm gonna go back, and by the way, I'm gonna go back and take a look to see if the payout has gone through yet. Let's just give me a second here. Actually, I should check my email. Actually, that's probably the smart thing to do because I think it'd show up there right away. Give me a second here. Oh yeah, payout's already approved. Payout's approved already. How do I do this? I'm trying to open this thing. I got the email from 1040 that I got approved and that the payout has been sent. I'm trying to figure out how to do this though. How do I share this screen? All right, guys, give me a second here. I'm gonna try to show the screen here. Is this how you do it? Do you guys see that? You can see here that I requested at 11:20, approved at 11:22, and payout received at 11:23. 3 minutes, gang. 3 minutes, just like that. $1,000 in the bank. Let's go. Hey, shout out to Moneybag in the chat. He's funded. He's funded. Oh yeah, now it's actually showing also in my 10-4 dashboard now too. You see that, guys? So earlier you saw that instant account showed that it was processing. Now it's paid here, guys. It's paid. So now I have 7 payouts with 10-4 now. 7. And I've got some funded accounts that are still brewing right now. So we'll see what we can do with those. How long to transfer from? I think that's the wise thing. I think it depends on where you live or like where you are. A couple of days probably is more than enough, man. Anyone who's asking me for my market perspective, I did a trade review already, 20 minutes into the stream. So I've given my perspective. So far, things are playing out on gold, like we talked about. I am very glad that I took out my position because now it is no bueno. It's Rise, RISE. That's what 10-4 uses. Hey, Forex, shout out, man. Nice work. Nice work on getting your Apex payout, man. Fast Life, I don't trade on the 1 minute chart, so I wouldn't be able to help you with that. That Molly T is good, man. Good. It's been a long. I mean, I say this every stream, but it's true. I don't think people. A lot of people don't realize how crazy my life is. I quite literally am always doing some form of working, coaching, consulting businesses, meeting client meetings, like everything, you name it. I'm like ongoing 12 to 14 hours a day, at least every day. And then obviously you squeeze in all the time that I spend with family nonstop as well. So I'm usually quite like bogged when I'm the kind of guy that as soon as I go lay in bed, I am like out cold in like 5 seconds because I'm so tired. Broadcasts. I would do those accounts that I took at the time for the 6 payouts. I think that was probably between 10 accounts. I think if I remember correctly, I'd have to double check. I don't remember exactly though, but I got them fairly quickly. Like I started with them July. Was it July 2nd? Hold on, just gonna check my calendar because I don't remember. Yeah, I started trading with 10-4 on July 3rd, and then I passed my accounts and ready funded by July 6th. And then I got my first payout on July 7th, and then 8th, and then 9th. Yeah. Yeah. So that was like probably within like a week. Let's see what we do here. I'm just going to change the screen here quickly for a bit, guys, just because I need to log out of my broker here and switch to another account. Just because I do kind of want to short gold right now, guys. Okay, just changed out my account here. I'll wait. I'll wait to see what this candle does, but I do want to short gold though. I'm gonna give it a bit. Oh, this gold trade, if I were to take it though, it might be a little bit more of a shorter trade though. Like I don't. This wouldn't be like a big hold type of trade. Yeah, it's not the setup that I usually like. I'm probably gonna skip with this gold one just because I'm not feeling confident about it, even if we do get this pullback. Even though it is nice. So this is an example, guys, by the way, that if you were scalping, right? I made the comment that 41 was the area we want to short, right? I talked about this in the chart review. I talked about this multiple times throughout the night. If you actually took that scalp trade, you would already be 5 points in profit now. Nice, Pipster. Anyone who took that short trade that I called out for 41, nice work, guys. Can you guys put in the chat? I'm just kind of curious. How many of you guys actually caught that reversal off gold, 41? All right, we got one. We got one person who took that 41 short trade. Nice. Joshua did as well. Nice. Teapot Derby. Nice. No, I'm just talking about the bar confirmations. All the confluences that I look for in my playbook. $25K or $50K. I think both are good, Lucy. Nice. Nice work, guys. I'm glad you guys were able to catch that short on gold. Nice. A solid 5 to, what is that? Solid 5 to 6 point short to the downside on gold. Nice. Very nice. You're shorting NQ at 28. Okay. I haven't checked the stream yet, man. Are we up 400 thumbs up yet? $261. All right, guys. Just a friendly reminder. I don't know where did my box go. I thought I had a box here. Did I not? Where'd it go? Oh, you know what? I got moved when I did this, right? Hold on. There you go. We can't forget our assignment today, guys. There's almost about how many of you guys here? There's about 500 of you guys on stream right now. Let's put those thumbs up on the stream, guys. We get a 400 thumbs up, guys. I will do a 50K Lucid Pro giveaway for the gang. Take it easy, MDC. What up, Musashi? I mean, NQ looks good to short, to be honest, right now. I'm just a little hesitant right now. I'm a little hesitant. It's 11:34. Market's about to open in 25 minutes. I feel right now that the challenge with me shorting right now is my risk is too high. Like my stop loss on this trade wouldn't make enough sense for me. The only reason why I really don't want to take it right now, guys. And that 520 area is important to me as well. So I'm good, man. I'm gonna hold off for now. Thanks, base trades. You got it, man. You gotta. I will owe a lot of my success as a trader not just to my strategy, but myself as an individual. Because I think that's important, right? Like you can know all the strategies you want, but if you can't pull the trigger when you need to, or you pull the trigger when you shouldn't be, doesn't matter how many strategies you know, you're never gonna make it, right? You're always gonna struggle. So just some advice for the newbies out there who are trying to learn this craft. It's not an easy thing to do. Trading might be the most simplest thing to do, but it's not the easiest thing to do. Interesting. Yeah, the one Rickster, man. It's not just you, dude. A lot of people do that, man. Absolutely. Hardest easy money you'll ever make. That's right, man. That's right. How many thumbs up we got here, guys? 317. Come on, guys. In the words of Wall Street, guys. In the words of the Wolf of Wall Street. Those are rookie numbers, man. Let's pump those up. Let's pump those numbers up, guys. Yeah, I love Guru, man. That's like the benefit of futures versus options, man. Options just like the time decay, man. I've been in days where when I would trade options and I'm like literally just range bound. I'm watching my contracts literally just deteriorate. I was like, damn, this is killing me, dude. Ron, you know what I'm talking about, dude. I won't say it on stream because it's very inappropriate, but yes, that Wolf of Wall Street theme. It's a Matthew McConaughey and Leonardo DiCaprio. It's like, how many times do you do it? I do it one time, whatever. So come on, man. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump them. I got to at least do 3 times, right? 3 times. CSP Musashi. I'm not sure what that is. I know there's a lot of different things you could do with options, but I really just buy calls and buy puts. That's pretty much all I do with options. You got your 16-year-old kid to watch The Wolf of Wall Street? Damn. What are you doing to him, man? I mean, you're introducing him to Margot Robbie when she was in her younger years too, man. Everyone almost asks me the question of what do you think the market will do when it opens? I never speculate about what the market's going to do when it opens. Never. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see where price is going to be as we head into that, guys. These kids watch worse, eh? Hey, we're at 422 thumbs up. Matt, see, I knew you guys could do it. I knew you guys could do it. Good work, guys. Good work. Now I need to figure out how to get the bot up. Because I just realized that's the one thing that I have not set up on my travel setup yet. You guys know what? Tonight might not be the night that I'm going to use the bot. Here, you guys are going to do me a favor here, guys. If you guys can drop W's in the chat for me right now, drop W's in the chat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a name at random myself. So I'm just going to type this here. So W's in the chat. I will select winner at random. All right, guys. I realize that I can't log into the bot right now in my travel setup here. So I'm just going to pick a name at random here, guys. I'm going to give it about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, guys. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. I'm going to pick a name at random for this 50K Lucid Pro account giveaway. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Clock is ticking. Clock is ticking. Clock is ticking. Who we got here? Who we got here? Get it going. Get it going. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick a name at random here. Tagging you now. All right. That's it, chat. I got the winner in the chat here. Trina, you guys can stop spamming now. I'm tagging the winner right now. That is the winner. Congratulations, Trina. Shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I will send you the code afterwards, man. Congratulations, Trina. That's a 50K account, guys. A 50K account. The short on NQ. I like that failure, guys. I like that failure of the channel here. How much time do we have left? We have 18 minutes left until the market's open here. What's gold doing as well? Gold's got 2 minutes left until the candle closed there. Anyone in shorts on NQ right now? Love Guru is holding it from 28. Nice, nice, nice. We got a couple people in the chat in the short right now. I like that 5-minute candle close we had earlier. I like the 2-minute failure as well at the channel here. Trina, you're a potato. Grave claw. Nice. Glad you did. Hope you guys do well on the shorts on NQ. Let's tag the lows, man. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can tag the lows at 469. If you don't want to be a prick for a tick, 486 is not a bad target as well. I just want to see what kind of risk I have to put on if I want to short gold. I'm not in the trade just yet, guys. If you guys are wondering, I'm just checking this out. Yeah, no, I'm not taking that. I want, as much as I want to take a stab at it right now, I don't feel good about that one, so I won't do that. Next level is 28-1, Ron. 28-1. Visionary, they should. You have to double check on their website though. I'm not sure, but they should though. Yeah, the flex. I think all of them require a buffer, but just double check, man. I haven't traded with Lucid in a while, so I'm not really too sure. I believe they do require it though. That makes sense. Sam, man, take it easy. So flex doesn't need a buffer, right? Okay, okay. Jake Ricci does the New York session. I'm the pre-London host. I do the pre-London only. Alexander, your question about jumping into a short scalp. It depends on the situation. If you're just saying that, hey, you missed an entry, would you just jump into a scalp? No, I wouldn't, because you can get knocked out by a pullback, right? So you have to be very specific about where you'd scalp if you did. In my opinion, what's the ratio for success? Technicals versus intuition versus psychology. So my opinion on intuition is just technicals that you can't describe yourself, right? So when you think about in general, when you read a person, right? If you can look at a person and be like, I can tell that this person is scared, for example, right? My gut is telling me that they're scared. Well, when someone says that, all they're really saying is that I'm reading on their face, their body language, that they're scared, but I don't know how to articulate it. I can't interpret it or read it out, because that's your subconscious saying that I recognize what fear looks like, but I don't know how to articulate it. Whereas someone who can read body linguistic and facial expressions and all of that would be able to explain to you why that person can tell that the other individual is scared. So when someone asks me that question, like intuition is just your inability to explain yourself. That's all it really is, right? So a lot of times you'll have pattern recognition on a chart and you'll be able to say like, hey, you know what? My gut tells me I have to short here. You're saying that because you don't actually know why. You've seen this many times, but you don't know why. But that's the problem, right? If you rely on intuition alone only, then it's not going to be enough, right? So generally for me, as much as I will say that experienced individuals will do well with intuition, if you're talking about sustainability, scalability, and also the ability to educate, intuition does not play a lot of, you know, emphasis or value in that conversation. So technicals and psychology, I will say, are equally valuable. Hopefully that helps. OCC, yeah, man. I mean, I think everyone has gone through it. Everything about my trading system today has been a part of my experience, right? So of course, I've overtraded. That's why I've developed all my guardrails to protect myself. When I make the comment of this doesn't look good, I'm checking my checkbox. So I don't trade on intuition. I don't trade on intuition ever. Even in everything I do in business and in corporate coaching, life development, everything I do is very binary. It's very data driven. technical driven. I don't make decisions on gut. This is not how I do things. If anything, a lot of times what I tell people is whenever you're experiencing a high level of emotions in life, happy, sad, angry, whatever emotion that you're feeling a great deal of amount in, you should never make big life decisions under those emotions. Happy, sad, anger, doesn't matter. Never make a life decision with that because more often than not, it's the wrong decision, right? Because that's ideally not the best way to go about it. And so for myself, I know that my best decisions have been ones that I've been able to weigh data, weigh facts, all that. Whereas when emotions are the ones that make the decisions, it's usually the wrong decision. Logan, why aren't you trading this break then? Why am I not trading this break for what? System 8H? What's your question? Why is this asking what I use for this account for what do I choose? Self-employed. Yeah, if you're self-employed, yeah, sure. I guess that would be the case for you. Got out at 86, like you said. 86. What's 86? 86, 86, 86. I'm not too sure what you're referring to with 86. Yeah, I have no idea what you're referring to. I don't touch MNQ now. I only trade NQ. What do you do for life development? Again, system 8H. What do you mean? Your questions, I love to answer them because you've asked a question, why do you what do you do for life development? You asked me another question, why aren't you trading this break then? Dot 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 dot. I'm not too sure what you're referring to. You will have to elaborate a little bit more because I can answer those questions, but I'm not sure what you're referring to. Questions like anybody who's asking me questions like speculating what the open's going to be like, what tomorrow's going to look like. I don't put a lot of baskets into that, man. We'll see wherever it is, and I'll react to the market however I react to it, man. Oh, NQ 486. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep, yep, yep. I mean, it can still go down, but this is exactly why I want to take it there. NQ Demon, I believe it's 4 or 5. Do I like trading the late nights? I don't mind it. It's not. This is actually, believe it or not. I mean, I know you guys have been seeing me on a hot streak this week, but like I usually don't do. If I were to weigh Asia, like if I were to weigh the Globex Open up until 2 hours after Tokyo's Open, that period honestly is actually a better period for me than this one. But this is the only period I can stream with you guys because I can't stream those periods of time. Yeah, Christopher Cortez, man. If you can't scale multiple accounts, man, there's nothing wrong with that. Just trade one at a time and then build the confidence and comfortability over time. Do I ever hedge positions? No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't hedge positions, beauty. She made before, but then yeah, I mean, honestly, anyone who's still learning to trade, man, don't trade NQ. Like, don't trade minis. I don't think that's a good idea because if you're learning and you're so focused on the dollar, it's going to be hard for you to be successful. Like, you won't be able to like actually grasp the learning process because you're so focused on the money, right? So, yeah. Ah, Jersey, my man. I'm happy, man. That's good. Very happy for you, dude. Yeah, Logan. I mean, I think when you change money to ticks, that definitely helps the psychology. But nevertheless, though, right? The amount of size you're using, though, is like it's still gonna hurt, right? Like for a lot of people, that's a lot of drawdown to eat, especially if they're not comfortable with it. Short on retest. No, market's about to open in 4 minutes here, guys. I would not enter any trade here unless you were just scalping. Will I play GTA 6 when it comes out? Probably. I probably will give it a shot. I love Guru. Yeah, man. It takes some adapting, man. London opens in about like 4 minutes. Slurs. People asked me that question earlier on. As a father, a business consultant, and a trading mentor, no, I don't really have time to game really anymore. The only time I actually make time for gaming these days is with my little kid because my 6 year old is at that age now where he can comprehend gaming a little bit more. So I'm kind of like slowly introducing him into like Nintendo. We're like playing with the Nintendo Switch. If he actually likes it, then in the next month or so, I'm probably gonna get him a Nintendo Switch too. How do you pass an eval in 1 day? I mean, depends on how you trade, man. You can scalp it all the way there. You can find some quality setups that hold it all the way there. It really depends, man. Amen, man. Amen. Shout out to Amen in the chat. Got 4 funded accounts. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Honestly, Guang Guang, my I don't want to get too deep into this, but in general in my life, I'm a very deep thoughted individual. Like I'm in the business world, I always say that I'm a strategist and I'm a tactician because I don't make a decision without a large sum of calculated risk and calculations of sequence and events, right? So I usually think years ahead, right? So a lot of times when it comes to raising kids, I'm very similar in that manner as well. The things that I do now, the things that I say, the things that I act upon, how I demonstrate my behaviors around him, with my wife, like all that stuff. I'm very intentional about all those things, right? So it's just so to ensure that they kind of develop the right values growing up. So, in the thought process of getting glued to screens, to be honest, if I said, hey, do you want to go play video games on your iPad or do you want to watch TV or would you like to go out and play baseball with me or play soccer with me? He will choose to go outside and play with me versus playing on the screen every time. And the reason for that is because I've instilled in him that I will make time for you if you show me that you have passion. And so a lot of times for him, he'll know that if he wants to actually spend time, like if he wants dad time, then he's going to want to play sports. He's going to want to do something physical. It doesn't even have to be sports. It could be literally drawing on a piece of paper or painting. I will make sure he knows that if he wants to do a physical activity, I'll be there with him. Otherwise, if you want to play iPad, I'm gone. I'm not going to sit there with you, right? So, anyways, my 2 cents, man. Da, 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 da. London's about to open here, right? In 22 seconds. Yeah, this is why I don't want to take a trade. But guys, I know Love Guru made the comment earlier. This is the reason why I told you guys that I want to take profit at 86 if I was in that short, because look at that, right? Look at that. Look where 86 was. Right there. Like it was pretty spot on, right? All right, NQ's opening up here. We're opening up right beneath the channel there. That 15-minute candle is pretty strong too. What's gold doing? Gold just tapped that level at 41 again. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm curious if we have a scalp opportunity on gold here again. I'm curious if we have a scalp opportunity on gold. I just want to draw this forecast out. What would that scalp look like? 3.5? I'm going to take an attempted scalp trade, guys, on gold. This would be my last trade of the night. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but let's give it a shot here, guys. Let's see if we can do it. I don't know if I need to risk that much. I'm trying to think to myself, maybe I should just like, maybe I should risk 500 for 500. Something like that. Maybe that'd be better. Let's do that. Last trade of the night, guys. Thanks, Nominoms. I appreciate you. Yeah, BL Trades, I did the giveaway, man. This is super risky short, but that's also why I want to take a small, like small points versus big points. Just because we have a very strong hourly buying candle on gold, but I'm hoping to play a little bit of the retracement right now before we move higher, which is the reason why I'm taking this right now. So let's see if we can lock that in. Oh. This chair that I'm sitting on is not a comfortable chair, man. My back and my butt hurts, man. What's NQ doing? NQ is still pulling up, eh? That was a pretty strong 15-minute candle on NQ earlier. So looks like it's playing on that strength for this open. And you know, some of my last thoughts for you guys as well, just so you guys, like when I trade London, I actually don't trade the London open. So I don't usually trade midnight. The period that I would prefer to trade is the hour after London open. So like that would be 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the reason why I prefer that time is because generally I find that the London open is where they will develop price and then it creates the opening for you to take the better trade afterwards. So looks like I might get stopped out here. Let's see. Love Guru. I stream 10 p.m. to midnight Pacific Standard Time every night. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Night Owl. Remember, I'm not looking for a big short trade, right? I'm not looking for a big short trade. I'm only looking for a scalp. With the momentum that we're getting right now on the hourly and all that stuff as well, I don't think the hourly is just going to push up right away. I think we're going to get a little bit of a retracement before we move higher. So that's what I'm kind of banking on and playing on. What's the NQ doing? NQ still pushing up, eh, guys? Let's watch how we do here. Let's see how we react to that 607 again, guys. Watch that 607. No matter what, in the next 2 to 3 minutes, though, I am going to log off. If I'm not stopped out or TP hit in the next 3 minutes, I'm logging off regardless because it is late here for me. It's 1 a.m. in the morning now, and I got an early start in the morning. So. All right, so stopped out there on that trade, guys. Took the risk, didn't work out. All right, gang, I am going to head out though, guys. You guys have a wonderful night, man. Take it easy. What day is today? Is it Thursday? Today's Thursday. Oh, have a good weekend. Have a good weekend, guys. I will see you guys next week, actually. I'll be on Sunday night again, guys. Catch you guys later, man. Ciao.